How's everybody doing? God bless everybody that is watching. God bless our country of Mexico, our city of Tijuana, and God bless the United States of America. Let's thank God for giving us two legs, two arms, a mind that we can think, a heart that we can feel, and eyes that we can see. We are remodeling this little studio that I got, so we're going to do it with a black, white screen on the back. But that is not going to keep us from not giving you guys the information that is needed for all and every single one of you. So thank you so much for joining in. It is really important that we like the video, we share the video, but more importantly, it is that we like the video, that we'd like to hit that bell on YouTube, we'd hit that like button on Facebook, and ultimately from there we are going to have a really positive and more expandable live feed that a lot of people can reach. More information can be done. So a lot of you guys are always asking, what can I do? And by now you can just like the video, share the video, hit that like button, hit that bell button, and we can do this. Thank you so much for joining in. What is going on? So on the past weekend, on Friday, around 17 to 20 people from Ukraine, that they're migrants / refugees / asylum seekers. And there's a lot of comments on the post that I did and on the video that I did that people are saying why they come to the US, they can ask for asylum somewhere else. Sadly, and I will say this, you sound really bad when you do that. You sound extremely, in a way, I don't want to get into the right definition of it, but people that do that kind of comments, I don't know if they have read their immigration laws or what their immigration laws are about in the United States. And it's hard for me to comprehend because this is people that they're going through a war or they are being attacked. And I don't like to get into all these conspiracies that for me are irrelevant and for me they are basically incompetent. Conspiracies of we don't know if a war is really happening or not. We don't know if there was an actual bombing or not. They're saying about this, they're saying about that. Basically, so what do you want to talk about then? If you don't believe what is happening, if people show it to you, and if you don't want to even look at the reality and the facts, so what are you about? Conspiracies? This is the reality. The reality is that there is a problem between Russia and Ukraine. Russia and Ukraine. There is a problem. And the way that these people are moving and the way that these people are coming, it is because they have family members in the United States. And for them to get easily to a port of entry to ask for asylum is to a port of entry into the United States. That's the way that you need to do it. That's why they come to a process to go to Mexico. And from Mexico, they arrive to a port of entry. And when they arrive to a port of entry, you ask for asylum and refugee. It is on your laws. It is on the United States of America laws. There's comments right here like, but it's not our problem. It's not even their problem that you got biolabs over there, right? But it's the corruption, Oscar Blue. Now we trust Putin. You trust Putin? You trust a communist dictator? That's what you have come to? You are trusting Putin, a communist dictator who changed his constitution to become a dictator till 2036? You're trusting Putin, who also changed the constitution for every politician that served under his administration to never be punished and to never be incarcerated for whatever crimes that they made? You're trusting Putin that he has been a leader of communists? And now everybody, Putin doesn't want to be part of the new world order. Get the hell out of here. So let me ask you something. Let me take my glasses off to address all these people that they're saying these incompetent comments. So let me put in a hypothetical example. Let's say Xi Jinping was the one. Let's say Xi Jinping was the one that said, you know what? I don't want to be part of this. I don't want to be part of that. So now all of a sudden you're going to say, oh, it's Xi Jinping. I back up Xi Jinping. Right? Let's say Kim Jong was in North Korea. And North Korea was the one that is pushing this. So you're going to say, oh, we support North Korea. We support Kim Jong. Real facts, people, without no addressing left or right. Now, all of a sudden, you're telling me that you support Putin? It does not even matter. First and foremost, the United States has nothing to do in that business. Has nothing to do. The United States is none of your business. Has nothing to do with what is going on with Ukraine and Russia. Sadly, you have immigration laws, which they are not respected, by the way, and they have the hugest loopholes in the world. It is so ironical. It is so ironical that you are telling me that you're the most powerful country in the world and you got the most softest laws in the world. That is the United States. The United States is one of the most powerful countries in the world. It is not the most powerful anymore, but it's one of the most powerful countries in the world. And I love that country, the United States. But it was one of the most powerful countries, but it has the most soft laws in terms to immigration. And because of that, you have this problem. Plus, add to the fact that you got an incompetent president that he doesn't care. That he doesn't care if there's trafficking, if there's smuggling, if there's child trafficking, if there's child smuggling. He doesn't give a rat's ass. And then you come to tell me just because you want to be on the narrative that you don't agree with Democrats. I don't agree with them. They're evil. They're demonic. But you're going to tell me just because I'm standing with Putin right now. I stand with him. He doesn't. It's not his fault gas prices are going up. I agree with that. Has nothing to do. Don't mix your feelings. Please, stay out of that. Stay out of that. Have you remembered, do you forgot how many times Putin threatened the United States of America? Do you know who Putin is an ally with? China, Iran, Venezuela, Nicolás Maduro. He has intelligence of Cuba. Socialist, communist dictators. Now, all of a sudden, oh no, Putin is the savior of the world. He is the savior of the world. And people are saying it's none of our business. It's none of our business. Ukraine is none of your business that you're going over there with your biolabs. I'm just being honest. Now you're telling me that people that they're defending freedom in the United States, in the amount of people. The amount of people that they're trying to defend freedom in the United States, now they're going to stand with Putin, with a communist dictator? Holy moly, people. This is where I'm drawing the line. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Where are we standing? We don't stand with communists. My narrative, take the reporter hat off, take the broadcaster hat off. As a citizen, I don't stand with no communists. I don't stand with the president that is leading my country of Mexico. Hell no, I don't trust that piece of trash. I don't trust my neighbor country's president that is the United States. I don't trust him. I don't trust that piece of trash that is up in the United States and to the north, that is Trudeau. I don't trust that piece of trash. I've seen the people from Venezuela, how they suffer. I don't trust that piece of trash of Maduro. I have seen how they dictate and how they have taken away the freedom of people from Cuba. I don't trust the Castros. I don't trust Díaz-Canel. I don't trust Ortega from Nicaragua. I don't trust Putin. I don't trust Xi Jinping. I don't trust Kim Jong. I don't trust no radical that is playing on leftist communists. Now all of a sudden we are trusting Putin? The hell's going on? Oh yeah, but Trump had a good relationship with Putin. You had a president back then that had the pants to sit down with this guy and tell him no. Simple as that. No, it's no. Oh no, he had a great relationship. He didn't got no great relationship. He was just a man that held his pants in his belt in his position as a leader of his country and went after it, and he stood in front of his face and he said, no, and that is it. You do it, consequences are coming. Look at me when I'm talking to you. It was not all we're having a good relationship. No, let's go get some coffee. Let's go get some coffee. Let's just drink a little bit. Now all of a sudden everybody, oh no, the Kraken is going to be released. Holy crap. I'm so tired about that. The Kraken is going to be released. The Kraken is going to be released. I'm still waiting on the Kraken. Where is the Kraken? Where can I look for it, man? Where can I find it? Instead of where's Waldo, where's the Kraken? Holy crap. Holy moly, man. Sorry about the, profanity right there. So this is what has been happening in the border of Tijuana. This is where I live. The border of Tijuana is one of the most visited borders in the world. It has been a humongous entrance to migrants from across the world to the United States of America. This occurred on Friday. These are people that they are coming from Ukraine due to the war, whatever you want to call it, bombing, whatever you want to call it, destruction, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to call it. They're coming because they don't have a home and they cannot live there anymore. So why don't they go to Europe? They got family members in the United States of America. If you go to your immigration laws, that is a legitimate case of asylum. Not running away because you don't have a job. No, that is a legitimate case of asylum. Let me play my video and you're going to hear the report of how this went on. So this is my report that we did. And the statements from the migrant from Ukraine are pretty much, honest. I haven't felt in a way that I'm like, the guy's trying to change the story. No, the guy's saying it like it is. We had a business, we had apartments, we had a good life in Ukraine. But, we don't have it anymore. There's somebody saying, I'm for Putin. Thank you for standing with the communists. You're standing with the communists. Congratulations with that. Now, all of a sudden, we are justifying because, no, he's against the globalists. Remember that the New World Order and this globalist, it is a pyramid. And they're fighting for who is going to have control and who is going to have the power. That is what it is. This is our report from the migrants that are just arriving into Tijuana. They just arrived here, and this is what we did earlier today. Migrants from Ukraine arrived to the port of entry of San Isidro next door to the city of Tijuana, Mexico. On Friday, March 10, a group of migrants looking for asylum from Ukraine arrived to the pedestrian entrance of the port of entry into the United States of America due to the bellicose conflict that has been occurring between the countries of Russia and Ukraine. One of the family leaders describes the moment when he heard explosions close to his home, and also he describes
how he traveled from his native Kiev all the way to Mexico and his experience in Mexican territory.
Russian standard bump in the maybe 300 meters. I take the children and going to the Europe. And my aunt and my cousin in American. We have a business in Ukraine. We had business in Ukraine. We had after first big bomb, first bomb in Kiev, we close we take the direction. We take the clothes and we go into the near in Kiev, in Vasilkiv, and live 5 days. And after Russian standard bomb in the maybe 300 meters, I take the children and going.
So basically, this man, what he's explaining is that he was at his home. And let me just put this comment right here, man. That man should go back to Ukraine like he was supposed to. He doesn't have a home. His home was bombed. I don't know if you saw that. But whatever happened to legal migration or legal asylum cases? That's out of the question, right? Right now, what it all matters is that we don't have room and we don't care. That's the response. Let me go back to explaining this man's case. So this man, what he's saying is that he was with his family. The Russians, threw some explosives close 300 meters to where he was at in the east side of Kiev. Then he left to the west side of Kiev. He picked up his family. He picked up his kids. He left his dogs. He left his all his animals back in his home. He went to the west side of Kiev. And the west side of Kiev, he waited over there. Another explosion came really close to his home. And then after that, he decided to go to Europe. From Europe, he said, we have family in the United States. We got aunts, we got cousins. So we decided to come over here. The particular and the legal way to ask for asylum is to go to a port of entry. The San Isidro port of entry. It is the port of entry into the United States of America from the city of Tijuana, Mexico. This is what he says. This is why they came through Mexico.
And going to the Europe. And my aunt and my cousin live in America. Mexico have a problem. So many policies stop it and asked money. Sorry.
They asked for a lot of money, he's saying, when they were migrating through Mexico. Why? Because that is the way. That is the way that they are in Mexico. They charge you. That has been one of the things that I've been posting, and I have been completely saying consistently about evidence. You're seeing with his family. Evidence of what? Evidence of basically seeing how the Institute National Immigration has been complicit of Institute National Immigration of Mexico has been complicit of basically taking, asking for money to the migrants to just let them pass. Has been one of the most corrupt, organizations in Mexico. Right now, it is the Institute National Immigration that it has been comparable evidence that they ask to a lot of migrants certain quantities, as for 5,000, 10,000 to 15,000 pesos, and in some cases all the way to $1,000. So he's saying that they asked for a lot of money at the meantime that he was basically moving all along to the north. This is a legitimate case of asylum. Whether you like it or not, it is a case of asylum. Now, due to that factor, I want to put something on the screen, because let's go and bring the evidence, because this is not comparable. And you have to be imperative with this, and you have to be realistic with this, because this is the most important thing. This is the most important thing that is, and you can look it up and Google it and duck or whatever the hell you want to do. Whatever you want to do. If you want to look it up, duck, definitions or whatever you want to do. Let me put my glasses on because I'm about to read something for you guys. And it's really important that we read this because it is for all the people that they're saying, oh, you know what? They don't deserve it. It is not in our laws and it is not this. So some are saying who's going to help us when we turn into communists? None. That's why you need to fight for your country and not let it go to, to become a communist country. So this is what it says. This is according to the law of the United States. And this is what it says about refugee. The definition of a refugee. I'm not pandering to left, not pandering to right. I'm just giving you the facts. So this is the definition of a refugee according to the United States law. This is what it is. So it says under United States law, a refugee is a person who is unable or unwilling to return to his home country because of a well-founded fear of persecution due to race, membership in a particular social group, politician opinion, religion, or national origin. This definition is based on the United Nations 1951 Convention and 1967 protocols relating to the status of refugees, to which the United States became a party in 1968. Following the Vietnam War and the U.S. experience resettling Southeast Asian refugees, Congress passed the Refugee Act in 1980, which incorporated to the convention definition into the United States law and provides the legal basis for today's U.S. refugee admissions in the program USARAP. The international definition of refugee encompasses only a subset of the entire population of forcibly displaced individuals who are not defined as refugees, may be forced to leave their homes for reasons of well-founded persecution. This is the definition of a refugee in the United States law. This is in your law. It's nothing that I'm picking up and making up. This is in your law. Now, let's go to the priorities. Let's go to priorities right here. This is why it's so important that there needs to be an immigration reform. It is so important for immigration reform. So this is the priority. It says there are three principal categories through which individuals can seek access to the U.S. Refugee Admissions Program as USRAP. Priority 1. It says individuals with compelling protection needs or those for whom no other durable solution exists. These individuals are referred to the United States by UNHCR, that is the United Nations Human Commission of Refugees, or they are identified by the U.S. Embassy as a non-governmental organization, NGOs. Priority 2. Groups of special concern to the United States, which are selected by the Department of State, which input from the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Service as United States Customs Immigration Service and the UNHCR and designated NGOs. Currently, these groups include certain persons from the former Soviet Union, Burma, or Iraq. Priority number 3. The relatives, parents, spouses, or unmarried children under 21 of refugees who are already settled in the United States. The U.S.-based relative must file an affidavit of relationship, AOR, and must proceed by DHS. This right here, point number 2. It says groups of special concern to the United States, which are selected. Let me just bring you back to what is going on to the United States. Joe Biden, number 1. President of Guatemala, number 2. And also the president of dictator of Canada. They already said that they are going to accept with an immediate access for refugees that they have suffered from the consequences of war that is going on between right now Russia and the bellicose conflict with Ukraine. This is in your immigration law. I'm not making it up. This is your immigration law. So important that everybody reads their immigration laws, right? Or not. Last thing that I want to put right here on the screen. So really important. Last thing. Right here. And this is a definition that it comes on your immigration laws. Again, it says if you flee your home country and are afraid to go back, you might qualify for asylum or refugee status in the United States. Asylum and refugee status are special legal protections available to people who left their home country for their own safety and are afraid to return to any place within that country. I want to ask this question. A lot of the times they have come to my life and said, we want legal migration, Oscar Blue. So when I mentioned the several cases that they are legal migration, some people don't like it either. The same people that are preaching legal migration, they don't like it either. So I'm like, where are we located then? Then, legitimate cases of asylum or refugee, and you are going through a conflict that you guys, me and you and me, know what is going on in Ukraine and Russia. We don't know. They're making it up. Leave it alone. You know what is going on in Russia, in Ukraine, and that also is not a legitimate case for asylum and refugee. That they're going to a war, and that is not a legitimate case of asylum and refugee, according to some individuals that I have been reading and seeing how they comment. So my idea, basically, of those individuals is that they're against everything that stands with immigration. That is what I particularly stand for. That's what I particularly understand. That's what I'm trying to understand. Because a lot of people are saying, a lot of people are saying Putin is destroying the biolabs and the cabal and all this kind of stuff. We know that ultimately Putin is not doing only that with just one purpose, right? We know that he's a socialist communist dictator. We know that these people do not have a heart. They do not touch their hearts. They do not, and they are not to be trusted. Not even one single communist is to be trusted. So now all of a sudden, we're trusting them because they're going in there and they're destroying biolabs and the cabal, and it's going to come out the Kraken. That's unbelievable. I'm here to document. That's our, that's our job, to document, to report, and to remind people to find your immigration asylum laws. Go and Google them, please. Go and Google them. Go and find them out. Go and find them out. Go and Google them. And furthermore, I would like to add, because I'm not a Q follower. For a lot of people that they are following your Q stuff, I'm not a Q follower. You know, I'm not. Really, I'm not. And also, we know that Ukraine has been part of a lot of trafficking of children. It has Putin has, Ukraine has been part of a lot of trafficking of women, a lot of trafficking of organs, has been part of a lot of illegalities. It's not a thing that we just found out, right? It's a thing that has been going on for years. I'm just sorry. If you just finding out this, where have you been? What kind of rock have you been hiding on? Because this has been going on for years. But now all of a sudden, that is the most relevant thing. Forget about what Russia has done to the world, right? Forget about what Russia has done to their own people, right? Forget about that. Just everybody forget about when Russia, all of a sudden, they did not give their numbers in terms to COVID. And all of a sudden, when the United States said, oh, we have a cure, the next day, Putin was, oh, you know what? I got Sputnik 5 right here. I got it. I got Sputnik 5 and I'm going to give it to the world. No, Russia's good now. Putin is the best. Now, all of a sudden, everybody's Putin. And I'm looking at these people and like, hey, are you supposed to be against communism, bro? Yeah, but I'm standing with Putin right now. What the hell is going on? I thought that you were against communism. You were just yelling at Trudeau that he's a communist dictator. Yeah, but Putin is fighting the cabal. Holy moly. The most important thing about this is that there needs to be an immigration reform. This is it's upside down. And the country of the United States of America is being hijacked by globalists, by communists, by people that do not care about what is going to happen to your inflation. Gas prices are going up. Racial division, it is going up. Schools are not schools anymore. They're dictator schools in the United States of America. Censorship is on to the fullest extent, taking away your freedom of speech. All of this, it is happening uncontrollably in the United States of America, day by day by day by day. Somebody saying, I love you, Oscar, but you, sir, you are wrong about Vladimir Putin. Oh, yeah. I'm so wrong. Tell him on the next meeting that he has with leaders from Iran and leaders from Yemen, and also from leaders that he had with Venezuela, when they were, exchanging machinery and bioweapons also. Tell him that I said hi. Unbelievable. It's not to justify what just only Russia is doing. It only is. It's also ultimately what Ukraine has been doing for the longest time also. Let's go back in history. Now, all of a sudden, this guy's a saint? For God's sake, people. For God's sake, you're going to act like the president of Mexico. You know what the president of Mexico said the other day? You guys want to hear a joke? So the president of Mexico, there's the joke. Let me go for another joke. So the president of Mexico did a morning conference. And all this that he did, he at all his campaigns, he has always complained about the past governments. It is because of the past governments. This is how, these dictators work. The past communists, the past, governments. So all his administration is full of the past governments. The head chief of international relations, the Secretary of Education, the Secretary of Security, the Secretary of External Relations. All of them are from the past governments. All of them. And the other day, a journalist got up into the morning conferences and he said, Mr. President, you're saying about the past governments, but all of the people from the past governments, they're in your administration. The president stood tall and he responded to the journalist and he looked at it in his eyes and he said, yeah, but we have change. And the journalist goes, you haven't. There's 103,000 murders and homicides, and our inflation is going up, and economy is worse, and we don't have no international relations. They're good people now. They change. Hijos de la chinga. It's exactly what Putin did to his own people, right? What did Putin did to his own people? Putin just said, you know what? I don't want to end my presidency on this term. I'm just going to change the Constitution, damn it. The hell? Chachensky? I'm just going to Chanchinsky the Constitutionalinsky to 2036. And I can breathe a dictator for the longest time. And Batka. But he's a good guy now. He's exposing the cabal. Going back to the main topic, migrants from Ukraine, they are arriving to a port of entry. As I just explained, it's really important that you guys go to dhs.gov, go to your immigration laws, go to every immigration. If you have a doubt, just Google refugee asylum. Where can they solicitate? This. Take your feelings out. Get all those feelings out. Get all that little tingle, well, my ingle. Get it out of your stomach and then just put it on a box and then just read it and try to understand what is going on and why these people are coming. And if they're coming, is because they got family members in the United States of America, which they are providing accessibility for them to come and to take them and be responsible for them. That is the way your immigration laws work. Why are you mad at me? Why you're mad at me? That's why we have been preaching for the longest time immigration reforms. There's a lot of loopholes. We know that there's a lot of loopholes. And bringing on that topic, holy cow, man. Holy cow. I just, when they talk to me about Putin, I just get so mad, man. This is what is going on in the south border of Tapachula. This is a confrontation, and this is where we know that this behavior, and going on the topic of migrants, this is the behavior that it is not acceptable. But it's a behavior that is provoked by a government that doesn't take care of the situation and that they wanted to be the savior of the world, that is Mexico. They want to say, what the hell with it? We want to save all the migrants from the planet. All the migrants from the planet. We want to save all the migrants from the planet. And now that they have the whole world in their border, that is Tapachula, the border that has much of an influx of, much of an influx of the world, you have this kind of problems. Before I go, Buy Me a Coffee is on the top link. If you guys like to contribute to our independent reporting and broadcasting, I will extremely appreciate it, as we are going to be traveling soon. So thank you so much. This is what's been going on in the south border. Confrontations between migrants from Africa and migrants from Ukraine. No, the hell with it. Where's the buzzard, man? Where's my buzzard? I forgot the buzzard. Where's the buzzard? Oh, man, I forgot my buzzard. Migrants from, thank you, Sandra. Sandra, thank you so much for the coffees. Thank you so much. So, migrants from Haiti and migrants from Africa. This is what has been happening, and I will translate. As some of the migrants also they have been fighting, and why they're fighting for, because it is a total chaos. It is a total, disorganization. It is a complete disaster in terms to how to organize people, how to tell them this is your day, this is your day, this is your day. The Institute National Immigration, it is a complete disaster. They are not taking care of things. There's a lot of corruption. They're asking for a little bit of money if you want to come forward in, and I'll get you first in. So this is what is going on. This is what is going on in Tapachula. As you guys know, I've been there several times, and this is what it is.
Hola, paz, hola, paz. Hey, paz, 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 paz. Hey, sí.
Aquí durmiendo y nos engañan, nos quitan los pasaportes.
We have been 3 days right here sleeping, and they tell us that they're going to let us go, and they take away our passports.
Solamente para decirnos, para aplacar y decirnos mentira.
And they're telling us that, that they're going to take away our passports to give us the visa, but it's lies. Thanks so much, Islamoralist. Thank you so much for the copies. Thank you. God bless you. It is a complete lie. They don't support us. They don't help us. Just want a quick video right here. Quick observation on the video. Look at this tall guy. Just absorb. Just watching. You're in the middle of a fight and you're this calm. My God, I got to give it to this guy. Let's give it a hand clap to this guy. Holy cow. I will not be that patient. Look at that guy, man. And the posture that he's using. He's just absurd. How can you be in the middle of the fight and have your elbow all crossed to the one side and then you're like this? Who should I punch? I believe that guy. I can take that guy on. Or no, I'm too heavy for him. Who should I punch? Ooh, that's a nice burger, by the way. Nice posture, the guy. Let's give it a hand clap. Hand clap to that guy. So let's go back to the confrontation right here. Holy cow. Thanks so much, producer. Signalizing that guy. Can be a UN or can be an activist. You're exactly right. So this is what has been doing. They have been fighting. A lot of people are going to say, why they're fighting, Oscar? Why they're fighting? And the thing that they're fighting of is because the Institute National Immigration is putting attention to a certain community first and then another community later. And then there's people that they're trying to cross over to the first line. And there's those people are Latinos, and Latinos are fighting people from Haiti. Haiti are fighting people from Africa. There's no control. There is no absolute authority over there that it can just put the things in their own perspective and say, guys, this is the way we're going to do it. You guys have families, you guys have kids, you guys have women, you guys are, middle, single age men, whatever it is. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that's the way it is. That's the way it stays. And it's going to start from this. But there's no control at all. Then the president went on the last week. President AMLO went over there last week, and he was going to supposedly speak with Ken Salazar. Ken Salazar, who is Ken Salazar? Ken Salazar, it is the ambassador of the United States in Mexico. What happened? He didn't go. Why he didn't go? Because he knew that this was going to happen. And he was going to get confronted by the whole migrant community. Like, what the hell are you doing up? Help us, help us. So it was going to happen like that. So AMLO went over there and he said, you know what, the hell with it. How many people are protesting outside of the military? How many? And it's like, oh, we got like 300 outside. Okay, those 300, give them all humanitarian visas. But Mr. President, if you give those 300 3,000 are going to come to the next day. I don't care. Give them. So that happened when he was on the conference. He went out there. He gave the humanitarian visas. He released 300 into the north. He said, okay, you're free to go. But what happened the next day? Holy moly. Let me press play. People start asking for solutions. They're burning the trees.
¡Queremos solución! ¡Queremos solución! ¡Queremos solución!
They block the streets. No access whatsoever. Even the motorbike, he can't move. Let me just return this. This is so sad. This guy's just texting and saying, you know what? I'm an Uber Eats guy. I cannot go and I cannot deliver your food. How sad is that, man? The only job that you got, and it is to possibly deliver food, and you got a motorcycle because you're trying to avoid traffic, and now you're blocked by a rock. And this affects the community and also affects people in a way, and affects the citizens of Tapachula. Citizens of Tapachula get affected with traffic, get affected to not going to work, get affected to not going to point A to point B. They get affected at all terms. So again, they start blocking the streets, and this is what happens. More burning.
Why? This is where you start. You don't finish out.
Una compañera que tiene más de 2 meses de estar aquí fue violada en Ciudad Hidalgo.
Look what she says. I have a friend of mine that she has living here in Ciudad Hidalgo. Ciudad Hidalgo is the border that connects to Guatemala. And she says she was raped. She was raped. She was raped as she was entering in Ciudad Hidalgo. Look what she says also.
Fue secuestrada y solo le han dicho que siempre venga aquí. Se ha quedado.
They told her that she was kidnapped, she was raped, and they told her to come over here to these offices.
Dormir ahí, está embarazada, ¿qué va a hacer de un hijo? No sabe ni de quién es, la violaron.
She's pregnant, and she's pregnant of the man that raped her, and she doesn't even know what to do. She has been sleeping right here on the floor. What are we asking? We're asking for help. We're asking for help. That's the only thing that we're asking.
Que nos ayuden a salir. Queremos el permiso. Los ayudantes están cansados. Queremos ir de México.
Y le van a poner el sello a todos allá adentro y todos nos pusimos legalitos, ordenadamente.
They told us that they were going to seal our passports, that they were going to give all our seal to our passports. We stayed there legally, standing correctly, not making no problems.
Para que no se vieron desordenados y entregamos todo su pasaporte, tanto nicaragüense, mexicano.
So you provoke something. President of Mexico, you tell people that you're going to help them. You put people that you give some people some humanitarian visas or some accessibility, some identification so they can transit. And on the next day, there's things that are going to happen because there's a humanitarian crisis at the south border. What do you think, that they're just going to stand and not say nothing?
Recoger todos los pasaportes por país y no nos pusieron el sello. Exigimos el sello que nos vayamos de aquí ya.
We are demanding that we should get all our seals to our passport, and we are demanding that we should leave this place now. We don't want to be here. We don't want to stay here. We are tired. We have children. They gave me the visa, but to my kids, they didn't. To my child, to my son and my daughter, they told them we are not going to give them the visa. How crazy is that? That's a stupidity. That's being crazy.
tienen muchas cosas aquí
We have people that they have a lot of things right here sleeping.
que por un papel no se los dan.
And just because of one paper, they don't give them the visa.
Ya estamos cansados, se
We are really tired.
burlan de nosotros. Ah,
And they just laugh at us.
hicieron la bulla porque venía el presidente, nada más. Ellos no trabajan sábado ni domingo, están allá
Because the president came and nobody came on Saturday and Sunday, but the president came.
encerrados sin siquiera dar la cara.
Nobody wants to give, nobody wants to be present. Nobody wants to give us their face. Nobody wants to show their face in front of us.
Ni siquiera dan la cara. Ni siquiera dan. Aquí están las evidencias donde ellos hicieron recoger todos los pasaportes y no dan la cara. No dan la cara. No somos burlas de nadie.
We are not people to be laughed at. We are not we're not the laughing stock of of them. They should attend us.
Estamos aquí por necesidad, no porque queremos.
We are here for necessity, not because we want to.
Venimos huyendo de nuestro país, no para que vengan aquí a
We are running away from our country. We are not here because we want to.
burlarse de nosotros. No es justo. Estamos cansados de represión.
We are not. It's not fair. We are tired of repression,
Tanto aquí como en nuestro país.
like here and in Mexico and like in our country.
Necesitamos que nos den solución.
We want solutions.
Ya estamos
We
cansados.
are really tired. So that is what happened. So this is the way I analyze now being in these kind of circumstance and broadcasting about this. This is the way I look at it. The way I look at it is this way. You create chaos. Somebody's asking, where are the Ukrainians? How many are in Mexico? I will suggest that you go back and see the video when I finish, because I already talked about that. But, thank you so much for joining in. So I just wanted to say, you create chaos. You need somebody to create it. You create necessity. You need somebody to create necessity. The necessity is already there, but you need it to exacerbate to other countries, so it can be public, so it can be in the eyes of the world. So you do that by signing a globalist compact of immigration. So you do that. And when you sign these global compacts of migration, you open your border. When you open your border, and if you're not orderly working that border, a lot of conflict is going to come. And the conflict number one is that the government of Mexico, it is incompetent to give solutions, immediate solutions to this gigantic problem. The government of Mexico has been completely incompetent, that they do not know how to fix this. They're trying. But also, there's the factor that is called resources. Country of Mexico is also suffering bad. You got 8 cities on the top 10, not 5. You got 8 cities on the top 10. And I wanted to put that screenshot of that specific statistic, that I think that I got it right here. And I just want to show you how bad it is right now. Remember that I always say we got 4 cities on the top 5 for violence and delinquents in the world? That we are really bad in insecurity, that we are really bad in terms to assassinations towards women. And a lot of people are saying, yeah, it's bad over here also. I don't think that you get what I'm saying. And also, this is the first time that on this list, there is a city from the United States of America in the top 10. That is the most unbelievable thing. In the top 10 for violence and homicides, insecure cities, there's one in the top 10. So I will read the top 50 right now. Top 50 cities. Most violent ranking of the cities most dangerous in the world. This is extremely important for you guys to see. because this will tell you how an open border, corruption, organized crime, cartel, all this, leftist policies, that they are pretty much defund the police, defund security, defund law and order. This is what it brings you. This right here. I don't know if you can see the list, but I will say from number 1. You remember that I used to say 4 cities on the top 5, so it's not 4 anymore. It doubled. Mexico. Number 1, Zamora, Michoacán. Number 2, as the most violent cities in the world, Ciudad Obregón, Sonora. Number 3, Zacatecas. Number 4, Tijuana. We dropped to number 4. Number 5, Celaya. Number 6, Juárez, Ciudad Juárez, the border that is next to El Paso. Number 7, Ensenada, another municipal city on the state of Baja. Number 8, Uruapan, Michoacán. It is another one. The first top 8 cities are from Mexico. And you got an administration of the United States of America who does not care about border security. How crazy is that? But at number 9, guess who you have? And for the first time in history, possibly, it is right now, the United States has one city for the first time, possibly in history, of the most insecure cities, and it is St. Louis. Number 10, Kingston. Number 11, Cape Town. Number 12, Feira de Santana, Brazil. Number 13, Buenaventura, Colombia. I'm still waiting for Honduras. I'm going to wait for Honduras, Mal, and also Nicaragua. I want to wait for that. Feria de Santana, Buenaventura, Colombia. 14, Colima, Mexico, another city. 15, Baltimore, the United States has 2 on the top 20. 16, Acapulco, another one from Mexico. 17, New Orleans from the United States, another one. Cuernavaca, 18, another one from Mexico. 19, Memphis. Look how many they have of the United States and Mexico. You got from the top 10, on the top 20, you have from the United States 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's go 21, Irapuato, Mexico, another one. 22, León, Mexico, another one. Mandela Bay, 23. Cali, 24. Victoria Conquista, 25. Detroit, another one from the United States, 26. Manaus, Brazil, 27. Salvador, Brazil, 28. Fortaleza, Brazil, 29. Then you got Chihuahua, a state from Mexico, another one, 30. Palmira, Colombia, 31. And all the way to 32, you got San Pedro Sula. Crime and insecurity in Honduras has gone down remarkably, amazingly, at a huge percentage. Or the other cities have gone up crazy. All the way to 32, San Pedro Sula, Honduras. 33, Natal, Brazil. 34, Morelia, Michoacán, Mexico. Another one from Mexico. 35, Durban, South Africa. 36, Puerto Príncipe, Haiti. All the way to 36. San Juan, Puerto 37. Recife, Brazil, 38. Distrito Central, Honduras, 39. Another one all the way to 39. 40, Cancun, Mexico. Another one. 41, Philadelphia, United States. 42, Teresina, Brazil. 43, Culiacán, Mexico. Another one. Caranao, Brazil. 44. Milwaukee, 45. Another one from the United States. Cúcuta, Colombia, 46. Guadalajara, Mexico, 47. Johannesburg, South Africa, 48. Macapá, 49, Brazil, and 50, Guayaquil, Ecuador. How many from Mexico did you saw? Do you see how many from the United States? Leftist administrations They do not care for law and order. Lawlessness administrations. Lawlessness administrations. Let me just count the one from the United States that they're in the top 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cities on the top 50. But from Mexico, you got 8 on the first. The first 8 are Mexico. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 cities on the top 50. They are from Mexico. Another country that is extremely insecure, it is Brazil. It is unbelievable. Somebody's asking which states of the United States. I'm just going to say the place that they are. St. Louis on number 9. Baltimore number 15. New Orleans number 17. Memphis number 19. Detroit number 26. We go all the way down to 41, Philadelphia, and 45, Milwaukee. That is the list. Left administrations and leftist policies. Oh, come on, Blue. Those don't look like Ukrainians. I don't know which video you're... Let me put this because I don't know which video are you seeing. I really don't know. Ms. Deborah Morgan, there is a video when I started the live feed, and they were Ukrainian citizens. When I started the live feed, if you saw a confrontation right now between migrants, those are not migrants or refugees from Ukraine. Those are in the south border of Tapachula that they were fighting with rocks, burning, palm trees and all this kind of stuff. It has nothing to do with the migrants that they arrived into the north border with Tijuana and ultimately with San Isidro. So if you want, you can, at the end of the live feed, you can go back and watch it. And you can see it. We're going in 1 hour and 5 minutes. I have extended, so I will just listen to a couple of questions. That's it. 2 questions. Whatever you want to ask, 2 questions. Buy me a coffee. It's on the top link if you guys like to contribute to our independent reporting and travel fund. Thank you so much. I will do a special appreciation live to every single person that helped me in a really horrible incident that we had in Guatemala. Really horrible incident that we had in Guatemala. As you guys know, we got assaulted with shotguns by an organized crime that operates on the mountains of the volcano of the fire in Guatemala. Arrests have been done. And there's a big investigation to that operation on how they have been operating and taking away the peace of the Guatemala citizens. Before I move on with that, I would like to say to every single one of my audience, before I do a special live feed for every single one of you, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all your deep and beautiful wishes and your unprecedented and remarkable support. I don't have no words for you guys. Thank you, and thank you so much. I will do a special live feed for you guys regarding my appreciation for you. And there is a prize. There is a surprise that I am bringing for every single one of you. So thank you so much. God bless you, really. We're okay. And there's a lot of things that I could not explain on a live feed. As a former professional boxer, you feel a lot of anger that you cannot defend yourself at that moment with your hands because there is an automatic weapon or a shotgun in front of you pointing to your head. So you cannot do much. So it has taken me some days to release that anger and to basically go back and jump on the bandwagon, go to work. We're going to be traveling soon to give you guys news, best news as ever, and to ultimately also walk boots on the ground, give you guys the news. Thank you so much. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. We will see each other tomorrow, so follow my partner, Real Anthony Agüero. You can follow him at Getter. You can follow him also at Twitter, and you can follow him also at every platform that you want. Follow him. Real Anthony would also follow Ben Bergquam, Real America's Voice News. Also, we have a website now, and that is so awesome. So I want to brag about that. Can I brag about it? Miguel Torres, thank you so much for the coffees. Hey, producer, can I brag about it for a little bit? Let me just brag about it, man. Let me just brag about it. So it has taken me so long to work on this, and we have accomplished it. And we have a website now, which it is so important for us because we have created so many good relationships with journalists down south of the border, down south of our country, American journalists, also journalists in Central America, and ultimately, also that, this is an investment to our work. Of all the things that we have worked for, this is how we invest. It is not easy to create a good website. So we are so happy. OscarBlueRamirez.com. It is our website. OscarBlueRamirez.com. There's going to be a lot of journalists that they're going to write on my platform. It's not going to be only me. It's going to be all types and all flavors. You're going to have people from all parts of the world that they're going to write on that platform. And if you ever feel that you have the capacity and also the capability to write something and to say, Blue, you know what? I watch you, man, every once in a while. But I think that I can write a nice piece there on your website. Send it to me. You guys know my email. Send it to my email. Send the photos, and we will get your note out there on our website. This is a website of the voice of all of us that we work so hard to expose what is happening. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Thank you to my producer. Thank you for another show. As always, you do awesome. God bless you all. Stay safe. And like we always say, people, peace and love. Because always your country's first. God bless.
Ya van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days and it's been weeks, and here. Good thing, Sarah, this canyon right here.
It's absolutely incredible. I haven't been to Tijuana in a lot of years, and seeing how wide open it is. I mean, I don't know if you could turn the camera around and show everyone just how wide open it is. It's incredible.
Couple of questions? No. Ms. Rashida, what is your opinion on the massive child trafficking that is happening?
Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say basically fight for your country.
Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! La Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.